amounts.
Limited
As
time.
soon as we learn to negate one aspect of their establishment, then they gotta update it. Why? Because it's life and death.
Right, they have a time span.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we looking at it as, oh, we trying to get a couple dollars, or nah, man, they know what time it is.
They know they
Can't let those people up.
Peace.
Can't let those people up, or we
done.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, like that's how.
So
That's
they
how
going harder and harder on how
Right,
because
you see what I mean?
they want to live out as long as they, you know,
And
as
you
long as
can't be playing games.
Yeah.
You can't be playing games. See, why you just trying to get the new Kanye's, right?
$2,000.
They're thinking about life and death, man.
Yeah.
They're not looking at it, you know, in the same way we looking at it as, yo, you know, we can just try this and try that and, you know, try to make it. Nah. They understand fully and totally that keeping their feet on people's necks, right?
Is their survival.
This is their survival. You see what I'm saying? And all of the training that they go through over the time, like I said, they have what I call euphemisms. You know, a euphemism is like, say if somebody is short, right? But we don't say they're short, we say they're vertically challenged. You see what I'm saying? Well, we got these other terms that I was saying that, look, we say disadvantage. Or we say, you know,
You can't say
crime.
crime anymore. Yeah.
Right, yeah, you can't say, yo, we're gonna do this to black people.
We're gonna do this to criminals. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
what
right,
you
so
need.
see,
Yeah.
so see, that's something they be doing now, when they say, yo, it's really not about race, it's about class. This is like people of color and all these different terms, you know what I mean, that they use to really cloud the situation. You know what I mean? To make people lack the understanding of what's really going on. You know what I mean? Like I said, look, with the Colin Kaepernick situation, right? To me, I feel like everybody clouded the situation. This is what happened. The brother stood up for us, right? And then he got smacked down because of that. We ain't supposed to go for that.
Right.
See, if a gay person stood up for gay people and that
All of
happened,
them. All of them would have
yeah,
been.
they ain't going for that. You see what I'm saying? If somebody from Iraq stand up for something and they get smacked down, Iraq ain't going for that. Whatever group of people, could be a white woman, whoever.
Chinese.
Yeah. So do you remember when the Chinese dude killed the black kid in the hallway
This was Brownsville, right?
in East New York?
Yeah, I remember talking about this.
And listen, and the Chinese people stood up for the cop and said, yo, y'all persecuting him. And they let the motherfucker off.
And shit like
They
that.
let the motherfucker off. Look it up, Akai Gurley. When they killed Akai Gurley in the projects, the Chinese people, the city councilman, his last name is Liu. Can't remember his first name. You know what I'm saying? They came by and had all these press conferences. Yo, we feel like y'all coming at the Asian community. What?
Don't have nothing to do with what the color
Yeah,
he was.
you just killed somebody in the hallway for
Yeah.
no reason, dude.
Don't have nothing to do with what color.
But it just go to show you that other people don't allow you to do that shit.
You look at the Jews, they damn
They don't allow you to do that shit. You understand what I'm saying? And see, every excuse that we make, we used to make an excuse now. Oh, well, he still was getting money from Nike. Or, oh, well, everybody's not boycott. See, let me tell you something. If that was the case, there would be no Martin Luther King. If everybody thought about what they had to lose or what they got to retain, which is a part of integration, where I give you a little bit higher station in the white supremacy. You see what I'm saying? So now you got a stake in it. You see what I'm saying? You got a stake. Like, see, look, you have all these rich black people that's saying, like, see, look, the problem is the black people don't understand how these things work. You understand what I'm saying?
They feel they got a college education,
Yeah.
so they able to speak for them.
But see, look, remember we was talking about earlier, that has been the thing from the jump where, look, save master's life, save master's property, tell on the other slaves, you get your freedom.
Right. So they got that freedom.
Yeah.
And now Their job is to keep
Yeah.
the ones down.
So like I said, all they did is updated that science. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because we can't necessarily say it like that, we'll say whatever
Well, the sign
else.
of the 10% really is that the ones, you know, the blood cells are poor, you know.
Well, yeah, that's they get. But like I said, but see, they the 10% because it is actually their survival. Like that's their survival. It's like, look, our survival is teaching.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Meaning, look, if I never really came to this knowledge, I wouldn't be walking around right now. I'd have been locked up, shot. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's my estimation based on the things I was dealing with already at that time, at just 14, 15.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You know, even things that did happen, I was able to activate in that situation much more wise because I had the knowledge. You know what I mean? And whatever happens from here on out, whatever I'm remembered as, whoever's the people I affected, all of that came from teaching. That's our life.
Right.
You know what I mean? Their life is keeping their foot on people's neck. The 85 life is following orders. That's how they survive. By going along with the 10% program.
The day to day.
Yeah. The only thing is, they never met Yakub. So they don't know the laws to follow all the laws, so they always happen to get put in prison house.
Right. The 10%
Yeah,
don't
they-
want them.
right, the 10% don't.
They They doing the same.
no.
They breaking the
10%
same
no.
laws.
Listen,
but
don't
yeah.
let not one of those black people do it. Not one of them. Unless we already tested it.
Right.
See, they already
We gotta
test you.
examine him.
They test you amongst your people first.
Huh.
They see how willing you are to betray your people.
Right.
And if you betray your people,
They'll reward you.
then you become a dope. Yeah. So see, like, look, let me give example. See when Jay-Z got rid of Dame Dash in him?
He moved up the
Yeah,
ladder.
become-
Yeah.
See, anybody who kept with their people, nah.
Nah. Yeah. Now Dame Dash ain't making
Yeah,
much
see, we
money.
don't know where your mind is at.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? We can't move into the inner circle like that.
You wanna be with us, you gotta
Yeah.
be against them,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah.
Because you gotta listen, like I said, look. First, you had to be a follower to get the Patmos.
Right.
Right? Then once you got there, you had to be qualified as healthy, strong, good breeder. Right? Then you had to be qualified as good at multiplying. Then you had to be qualified, disqualified by the doctor.
And each of them had different laws too, you know, it's not
Each of them
like,
had
they only
different
knew what,
laws.
like the doctor, the minister, cremator, you know, they only knew what was their law basically, you know? They tell the mother that the
Right.
baby was a holy baby, only gonna heaven, the mother still don't believe it in
And
heaven.
see, everything what happened in that degree is still applying right now.
Right,
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's just updated.
right,
You see what I mean? So by the same token, that's what I'm saying. Anybody that they let into that cipher of making devil has been qualified or disqualified.
right,
As a person, like we listen, they already know Oprah Winfrey ain't never gonna come out and say, look, black people, here, take $1 billion.
right, they already
She's already been
qualified.
qualified to get that money.
Right,
You understand what I'm saying?
right,
They already know that you the person. Like when they choose a house nigga, they're not gonna pick the most militant cat that they have to whip
right,
every week.
right,
They're gonna pick somebody that
obeyed.
yeah, and he's been, you know, look, when we come and say, yo, who did that?
Yeah, cool people
Yeah,
will
that- yeah,
follow,
that's the-
obey
yeah,
the
that's
cool
the-
laws,
that's-
laws and what he told them to
yeah,
do, they wanna
yeah.
know that you're gonna obey their law.
Yeah, and they doing it, and like I said, by them having the determined idea that already came from Yakub, right? Now, we gotta know what battling those ideas look like. You see what I'm saying?
Right,
Like I said, with anything what it is, like look, if we could change this community now and make it in whatever image we want, right? What would it be? And remember back in the day, y'all, we used to ask a question and say, yo, if you woke up tomorrow and all the devils was laying all around the street, do you think the black man would be able to take advantage of that situation?
No, it's like,
You see what I'm saying? So that's the real issue. So when they say expired 1914, why we ain't see the evidence expiration? Because we ain't ready.
I think
See?
it's already in progress. I think honestly, Elijah made that shit up, but that's just some of it.
I mean, no, see, some things, guys, is, we look at it physically, right? And we like, that don't really make sense. That means that it's some other code that's in there for us to decipher. You see what I mean? And that's the code that's in there, is that really, it's about us activating. See,
Nah, I look
remember,
at
it didn't say the devil was going to just leave the planet after 6,000 years.
I look at
It
it
said
when,
we was going to take him off the planet.
I look at it when Nile is born to the 14th degree to the 85%. You see what I'm saying? That's when the devil is about when Nile is born to the 85%.
Say it again, what?
When the expiration date of civilization, when Nile is born and the
Oh, yeah.
14th degree, we're at 85%. So when Nile is born to the 85%.
Yeah, see?
You gotta take
That's
that
how, that's how you make this thing more Kentucky. You see what I'm saying? Exactly. When I teach it, you know what I mean? The preparation, right? Cause see, first we gotta be one mind. We gotta be one mind. Some people can't think they in another battle, and other people think they in another battle. Because in the Civil War, right? In the Civil War, everybody felt like they was in the United States Army.
The Confederates.
Yeah.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But half of them was one mind, and half of them was another mind.
That was the whole war was about.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So whatever we want to accomplish, that's the first thing.
We gotta be on the same mind.
We gotta be one mind. Before
Otherwise, we
then,
fight each other.
and then we can start to discuss what the issues is that we want to correct, right? And then things that we really want to accomplish where we can see, you know what I mean? It'll be different from the other times. Because the other times we never knew what we was looking for. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what freedom is. We don't know what economic prosperity is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, does it mean a couple of people become billionaires? Does it mean we all become thousandaires? You know what I'm saying? This is what, see, the white man actually worked that shit out. Like when you see he built a railroad to connect New York and California, he said they had to plan that out. That ain't just happened.
Right.
See, like I said, when you look at, when they say, yo, why was Yaku so successful? All his undertakings, right? We know we're not gonna do, we gotta reverse everything he did. But the way he did it, everybody being qualified, everybody being one mind, everybody following the law, and everybody being on point. If you break the law, we're not gonna just go by emotion.
We need rules and regulations.
Yeah, then we can apply them things. Cause see, look, even right now, we got something that we gotta live it out now. See, put that sign up there? Listen, we still right here. The other people on them signs, they ain't here no more. Their history is lived out. Malcolm X ain't gonna do nothing else. Martin Luther King, Adam Payne Powell, all of them is gone. We still writing the history of that right there. We the 5%. So if it just said law and justice, they say in the 5%. So that means we still writing this history right now. But now, that's like a standard right there. But look at the other names all around there and what they accomplished. Right? The names on all these other streets I'm talking about. Right? Now, how we gonna live that out and elevate to the level where, you know, like right now, when Martin Luther King returned, 1968, it's 2019, and you see they still invoke his name when they try and put certain ideas and messages out there. You understand what I'm saying? So we still right here to write the history. And look, the black man is God. There ain't no, you know, preordained destiny that history is gonna come out right exact. We got to make it come out right and exact. You see what I'm saying? So like you said, It's the teaching.
Right.
Here's the thing about the teaching though. The people gotta be ready. You can put kids in the first grade, could be the best teacher ever. But if the kids is only 2 or 3 years old and they don't really, yes, I mean, the people gotta be ready. See, like I said, look, I was ready to hear the knowledge when it came to me. See, you talking about civil rights. The people was ready to protest by that time because they was fed up.
Right.
They was ready to hear that kind of talking. You see what I'm saying?
People now seem more satisfied.
They're
with
right.
Right, because they have the illusion that they have the freedom right
See,
now.
because the last time you had major, in my opinion, you know what I mean, major unrest, right, was the LA shit.
Rodney King, right.
Right, and the Rodney King shit.
And that was,
Now look, here's what they did after that though. If you notice, after that, they gave out a whole bunch of money. Like if you look before that, rappers ain't really, only some rappers wore gold jewelry. Like Big Daddy Kane, the Juice Crew rock jewelry. But Q-Tip and them, Latifah and them ain't rock jewelry. Karis ain't rock jewelry. You know what I'm saying? Cool G, he was Juice Crew. You know, Rakim, he rock jewelry. Slick Rick, he started rocking jewelry in time. You understand what I'm saying? But see, that was something, before people was rocking jewelry, you know what they was wearing? These African patches.
Right.
These patches with Africa and Jamaica and stuff on it. And that was the subject of their rhymes. They start wearing jewelry, subject becomes a Jesus piece. And your diamonds and shit. Yes, I mean?
More and more graduating
right, and we
towards
stop talking about
balling
it.
and
Right. Look, in basketball, Michael Jordan wasn't making the kind of money that LeBron James is making. And see, once that money came out, it gave everybody a different interest. Like, why we going down there, man, protesting about the police killing people, man? We got all this money. You know what I'm saying? And the people began to change, meaning the boxer of this era is Floyd Mayweather. The boxer I grew up with was Muhammad Ali. You know what I'm saying? So this it was a whole different And see, that was something, in my opinion,
you know?
what happened is when they had those riots, they realized who those people was.
The ones that are gonna stand up.
That we was the people that came up after civil rights. We never really developed no fear of white people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we saw roots at a very young age and develop a dislike for white people. You understand what I'm saying? And they was ready to go. So see, now you got another group of people that they don't even know what their issues are. Because like you said, they've been just taught on the boring level. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was growing up, people used to have like a pick, they comb your hair.
The black power.
Yeah. And they had the red, black, and green on it. You pass in stores and say buy black and all that stuff. You see what I'm saying? So that they realize that, yo, we've got to crush that atmosphere. Because
all the corporations.
because these people are growing up knowing a little bit too much about themselves.
They have
You know what I'm saying? Like how they say in that Willie Lynch letter where they say, listen, man, you can't let these people know who they are and then expect to treat them any old kind of way. They're not gonna go for it.
Even Ice Cube was talking some revolutionary shit. They had to give him some movie parts. Like, yo, let's give this guy some movie parts so he could calm down with this revolutionary
That
shit.
money.
Yeah.
That money. See, when he had money, he militant. We took the death
I remember when he talked.
He's getting
Psycho
national
Killer. I
Islam.
remember he said, so fuck Charles Manson. I'll grab him out of his truck, hit him with a brick, and I'm dancing. He talking about when they did that to the dude. I love that line when they did that to the dude in the LA riots.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what they did. They changed over the
I love that line.
they changed over the atmosphere that people was in, right? And they did that through money. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell people, listen, back in the days, drug dealers used to drive around pumping Farrakhan.
Wow.
Yeah, they got Farrakhan speeches playing and blasting and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, yo, that was the atmosphere of everything. It wasn't, like right now, as ignorant as a person could get, the more they're gonna rise in society.
They want to be more savage
Yeah,
and
and
more
my
yeah.
opinion is that after that, see, after the uprisings in the 60s, they gave us some shit like, all right, we need to calm them down.
Then in the
And
90s,
then they realized, whoa, what we gave them, now we gotta take that back. And we gotta give them something else.
Right, the 90s did it again. Then
Yeah.
then after Sean Bell, they started again. You know.
See, now look, by Sean Bell, they was starting to break the people down though. You know what I'm saying? To where, you know, we don't have no apparatus. Being like, look, in the 60s, right? Something happened on this bus over here. All right, we're gonna show up down here. You understand what I'm saying? Something happened when this person in school. All right, we're gonna show up over here.
Right.
We don't got no apparatus like that now.
I remember
They don't have to worry about nothing happening.
I remember after Sean Bell, that was the first and last only
Everything
time I
was
ever
straight.
felt like
That was a
gonna be
crucifixion
riots.
because you got shot. You got holes in the bottom of your, on the sole of your feet.
Yeah, I
They
remember.
let the
Yeah,
people
You know what I'm saying?
stood up.
That was a
yeah, I
straight
remember
murder.
motherfucking, you know, was
But
fighting
see,
the police, you know,
that's what they here to do,
like
though.
the tension was there. But
They
after-
here to
after
keep
that, when black people
Fear amongst the
got killed by police,
slaves,
even Trayvon,
right?
Trayvon wanted
So
to
that
live, and it wasn't the
everybody
same-
else could
it
move
wasn't the
free.
same energy that people was.
You understand what I'm saying? The KKK, same shit.
But the energy.
You know what I'm
was
saying?
kind of
All of them
like
is here
Sean
to
Bell
keep
was
enough
like,
fear,
yeah,
because see,
right,
with that fear and that doubt, see, you will never know who you are. You can't be scared to know who the black man is.
Yeah.
Can't
I
know who
was
the black
like,
man is
but
and be
the
scared.
energy was kind of, it kind of felt.
You know what I'm
tense.
saying?
It didn't feel like real, like there was gonna be like some real shit, you know.
So all these are seeds right there that they plant in the community, you know,
It seemed like
to
it was
where
control to an extent.
I really didn't interact
That's how I felt about it.
with white people like that outside of school. Like I didn't really look at TV and stuff like that. I was outside. You understand what I'm saying?
So you ain't playing fair with you when you was in
Yeah,
work.
and all his standards, his morals, all that type of stuff. I never really had a hero that was on TV, which was a little bit bad too, because the people that I did look at as heroes was people from around the way that wasn't necessarily doing the right thing. But I'm saying this was real. The stuff on TV wasn't real, so I never really had. Like right now, you got people all upset about Bill Cosby. I never looked up to Bill Cosby like that. He had a good cartoon, you know what I'm saying? But you know, to tell the truth, even when the Cosby Show came out, I was in the street. I wasn't really.
When you look at him now, and even in the opening intro, he kind of looked like a pervert, like the faces he making.
Well, you know, once you find out what the person is doing, once you find out what the person is doing, it becomes obvious. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you know, look, that's what show you how desperate we are, though. Is that there's some people still trying to protect him, right? And he a rapist. But because he meant so much to the black community, people still try to protect him.
Like Michael
And this
Jackson
shit is
too.
right. You're
Yeah.
still trying to protect him.
That's a
This
twist,
nigga's
too,
dead
dog,
wrong.
because
Like, I understand what you're saying. He accomplished whatever he accomplished. But listen, it's some capital offenses, right?
yeah,
You see what I mean? And see, for men, when you taking advantage of your power, right, in a negative way, you dealing with devilish, man. That's not what our power is for. Our power is to uplift the people,
Right.
man, not to break the people down. But see, we are so desperate for somebody that could represent anything that now you want to make the excuse. You want to make the excuse that, oh, well, the devil set him up. Why he just coming out with that now? Dude, I don't care when he came out with it. The question is, did you do that? And you got people talking about, listen, let me tell you something, man. If somebody do that, I got 3 daughters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be talking about your TV show and how you made people go to college if you fuck with my daughter like that.
You gonna be out there with the culture power.
You understand what I'm saying? So why I'm gonna do that when somebody else do it?
Right, exactly. You supposed to be like, yeah, you know, fuck
Yeah.
that dude. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But this is the situation that we deal with. You know, we hook on to all type of charlatans.
Like you always hear comedians, yeah, Michael Jackson might have done that, but he was such a great entertainer, you know, it evens it out. You know, like, nah, he was.
You see what I'm saying? But that's the desperate situation they got us in for leadership. This ain't the days of Harriet Tubman.
They're making martyrs out of
Yeah.
Michael Jackson and shit like that. Like,
Right.
yeah.
So, but now look, where that leave us at? Because see, that's a key too, is that, you know, you get the young brothers out there right now, right? They looking up to people that got killed by the time they was 30. So what's your plan for when you 31?
They don't even plan this, yeah,
If the dude you looked up to got himself killed by the time he was 30,
hustlers.
what's your plan for when 31?
They
It's
plan
positive
that.
and negative. Because look, if you look up to Malcolm X, what's your plan for when you 40? If you look up to Allah, what's your plan for when you 42? And this is all throughout the community. We have a limited amount of people to look to as examples in how to move. You see what I'm saying? That's why they don't let you forget who George Washington is. They don't let you forget who Thomas Jefferson and Abraham Lincoln are.
They was able to live out.
That's how they want the people to continue to move.
Right. Like people don't look up to the dude, the black man who made the refrigerator or made the air conditioner or whatever. Like, yeah, who they are, yeah.
You see what I'm
And
saying?
they always
But see,
want black
now
people.
look, this is another game that they play. They'll tell you, right, that all that stuff don't count. That was 150 years ago. All right. There's an excuse. Well, no person alive today was ever a slave. Guess what? No person alive today fought in the Revolutionary War. But I don't see y'all saying that those ain't our rights. Since we wasn't there.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? How come you get to pick and choose for me what part of history count? I still gotta learn about George Washington, who died in the 1700s, right? But I can't learn about slavery that was happening in the 1800s.
Right, when you bring that up, well, you know, that was over 100 years ago.
But this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Until this is the type of education that we was getting, right? I mean, I came up in the semi-segregated days where it was like you still have black teachers, and those black teachers used to look out for you. They said, you know,
They had their self-interest in it.
They'll pull your coat if you was about to step over a line where they wasn't gonna be able to help you. You understand what I'm saying?
Because they had their self-interest at hand.
Yeah, and just the things like, look, you know, they had a bookstore over here, the Tree of Life. You understand what I mean? Different books that I don't even know if those books are still in print, like Superman and Man and all those stuff like that. That's what I'm saying.
They had black
This
books
was,
too, like,
yeah. And what they've done now is change the whole environment
Right.
that our DNA is developing in. You understand what I'm saying? Because they can do that. Like for instance, do you know why? Like when you buy cereal, right? They say, yo, we got all this vitamin D and vitamin A in it. You know why that's in it? Because black people above a certain longitude, right, don't get enough sunlight. Yeah. So they get shit like rickets and all type of maladies. So they start fortifying the food. You understand what I'm saying? So the environment that they putting you in, you understand what I mean? From, you know, them bringing us over here, separating us from the parents and all of that, all that's about the environment that we putting you in. Because see, being God, right, just mean that everything that you do is going to be magnified to 7. It don't mean you're going to be positive or negative. It just means that whatever you're doing is a multiple of 7. You see what I'm saying? Like when you was a kid, you could do certain things and it's just that. But now that you're an adult and your actions is affecting your women, your kids, you understand what I mean? It's multiplied. That's what having the knowledge do. That's why you got a lot of people, they negative. But because they've heard that the black man is God, they think they're positive. But that's because they're not looking at it as an actual culture, something that you live out. They looking at it as a set of facts. Like, you know, I could read this paper, right, and then tell you what was in it. Yeah, you can read our papers, but then you gotta go live it out to really know what we're talking about. Or you always gonna be on the paper. You see what I'm saying? See, the longer you have the knowledge, the less you start talking from the paper, and the more you start talking from your experience of walking through life with the supreme mathematics. At first, you just stick into the script. Knowledge meaning know. Wisdom means speak. But over time, of you accumulating knowledge and speaking it, now you start to see all of the elements of the full reality of it. But these are the actual things that they doing every day. That it's like, look, who's at the rally? All right, now listen. See how I look.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's our duty to teach.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And we can look at it and say, yo, where's the other brothers? They don't exist. Those of us that's right here, right now, we the ones that exist. And if we see that's the situation, right, then we the ones that gotta fix it. Is that the front?
Sounded bad, right?
No, that's the front. That's the front.
What is that? All right. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, when we leave out here, you know what I'm saying, that's the main things we gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Is constantly work on this. Like, see what I'm doing right now on Sundays, right? We got the youth boxing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, even though it started out with something that's physical, the reason why we did it like that is because, like we were saying, all the kids is in the house. You know what I mean? So that's like an activity that draws them outside. You understand what I mean? Show them the skills, show them some discipline and all that.
Pardon me, family. If anybody went to the bathroom and found the Metro card in the bathroom, that's mine. If you got it, I need that. I gotta come back for it. But it's just be bathroom. But
I
anyway,
just you in there now.
all right, peace.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
That's an activity that draw them out, you know what I'm saying? But it's working. You know, starting to be a couple people coming through. You know what I'm saying? We got a couple little kids that they want the knowledge now too. You know what I'm saying? From them being around and them seeing how, yo, we activating on whatever level. You see what I'm saying? And it's starting to affect the community where people see this as a place where, yo, this is somewhere where the babies could come, you understand what I mean, and deal with some type of growth
Jackson.
development. You know what I'm saying? We gotta actually be the ones to take all these steps. You know what I'm saying? Cause look, one time we used to always say though, is look, the blueprint has already been laid down for us. The nation is already here. But do we really know the history? That's the history, that it wasn't just coming around here being lectured. You know what I'm saying? When you was at 5%, you know what I'm saying? There was a store on the corner with the food. If you was at 5%, you come and get a sandwich and put it on a large bill.
Wow.
Yeah. You understand what I mean? If you was in jail, you understand what I mean? Then when you came out, a law can help you get in school, you go to college. Dumont, Kyle, you only came out of jail. And end up going to college. Kyle, was a school teacher right there, Harry Tubman. You understand what I'm saying? Just going to Apollo, Dennis, all type of stuff. You see what I'm saying? So when the people see, because that's another thing what they've done. Now, you got a lot of people out there, they hear it now, they like, yeah, you know, that's good and everything, but these people over here got something to show for the 10% shit that they do. You understand?
They got materialistic
Yeah.
shit.
See, this ain't, when I got the knowledge, it was the knowledge born cycle. See, now it's the wisdom add. So they want to see the wisdom. They respect the knowledge. If you listen to a lot of people speaking, they speaking out knowledge. People didn't listen. You see how people out here right now talking about supreme mathematics? They was not talking like that when I first came around. Everybody was saying that's some stuff y'all made up. Stuff don't make up. Not everybody's speaking it. you know, I listen to different people saying, yeah, understand and see things for what they really are, not what they appear to be. I never heard nobody else saying that. But now it's just a matter of, all right, how's that gonna go into activation? Because we hear a lot of good ideas every day. We got to show it. You see what I'm saying? But like I said, first come together and be in one mind. You know what I'm saying? And going back to the element of teaching the baby. See what happens when you get caught up bickering people on the internet, you know, bickering people all different states, you know, you inviting people to the rally, you fight all, you know what I'm saying? All
We
this other
busy
stuff
arguing with each other.
is not a part of the law that we supposed to follow.
I get on the train.
You see what I'm saying?
Come on.
And that's why we reach a situation where
I'm not making this shit up.
even our own family get fed up with us bullshitting and the rally look like how it look. You understand what I'm saying? Like we've been talking for, you know, almost 60 years. You know what I'm saying? Now it's about, all right, where's the war? So we gotta put our minds together now and do it. You know, like I said, it's not, before we was out in the street, so anybody could walk up to you and tell you the black man is God, you know what I mean, or whatever they was gonna teach you. But now we gotta actually build institutions. You know what I mean? Institutions is pillars of the community. You see what I'm saying? See the white school, the white, you know, basketball court, all of those is the institutions, the soccer team and all of that, that keep their community together and keep their kids out of trouble, whatever.
Pardon me for the interruption for the last time somebody come out the door.
You know what I'm saying? And keep their community at peace and prospering. That's what we gotta put our heads and minds together for right now. We all got a hunch in us. We all know the supreme mathematics. We all, you understand what I'm saying? Now, what's the next step in the next stage? You know what I'm saying? Like, look, I'm talking about when you leave here, right? What's the next thing you're gonna do? That's what I'm saying. Like, we gotta actually see what that look like, or you would just get caught up in every day. Then we'll all be here with gray hair on our face, talking about how great we was and shit. You understand what I mean? And you know, yo, it was this good and it was that good. Now it's like, cause it ain't no afterlife. This is it. It ain't like you gonna die and it's gonna get better. This is it right here. This is the heaven, this is the hell. And it's gonna be which one we make it. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, that's the last thing I wanna leave y'all with is that, you know, let's all come up with something. Whether we working together, whether, you know what I'm saying, you work as an individual, whether you got a handful of people that you close with that you know that can help you with that, you understand what I mean? We all gotta come up with something, whatever it is. A basketball tournament, something. You see what I'm saying? To draw these people back up. Because otherwise, this is just another thing that's on the internet now. See, one reason people don't come to the rally, they broadcast on the internet. So if I could look out on the internet, well, I ain't gotta go be questioned about it, I ain't gotta do none of it. You know what I'm saying? I just look at it on the internet. You know, 120 lessons, it's on the internet. You can just Google it now. It's not a thing where like, no, this is a substance. This shit is a rare, life-giving substance.
Right.
Where, you know what I'm saying, we
Well,
listen.
you really excited because
Look.
you got it right there. Yeah.
Look, at the school, man, I gotta go uptown, man. I'm not playing today.
Right.
I'm going to get my lessons, man. You understand what I'm saying? But now that it's right
But
there,
that was your pilgrimage, right?
it's the same way. A person don't feel like they need to keep it on cap. That's a part of, you know, people come around now, they talking about how hard, hey,
Like they had
We
some
was kids,
2007
man.
and shit like that, and they don't know the shit on
Yeah.
tap and shit like
And
that.
not just that, but some people be like, bro, talking about he can't study 120 lessons.
Yeah.
God, we was kids, man.
You're right, he was 15, 16
Some
getting
people
that
was
shit on
younger than
tap.
that, man. People 8, 9, 10, and
Wow,
11, man.
tap, wow.
You know Melquan scientists?
They probably not saying.
Melquan's like 10, 11, man.
Wow. So ain't no excuse when you're.
Keep in mind, they dealing with a whole different set of, distractions,
Different
way
set of
more
distractions.
than us.
Listen, let me tell you another thing that happened. Drugs was reintroduced. Because I can tell you that that's part of the problem. See all the pills and shit, see, for me, right? I grew up at the end of the dope era, right? And I came into age right when crack hit. Like when crack hit, I was 8. Right? So for me, the certain level of drugs, I'm just not fucking with. Like I see what they do.
Right.
But see, now that so much time has passed, these young cats don't know.
Yeah, they don't even know that.
Yeah,
So
new drugs come out
they
every year
right,
and
they
shit
don't
like
fuck
that,
around.
yeah.
So now you see
Molly.
heroin then came back to me. That's crazy.
Young people sniffing that shit.
Right. Because they have been so far separated from that history, yes, I mean, of knowing what comes from that. Like my whole formative years, son, was spent watching people fuck their life up on drugs. So for me, it never was really an option and shit.
It was something that.
I got that generation gap too, God. It's just like if you trying to build with somebody who had their father and their grandfather, maybe even their great grandfather, they got all that history in one. Maybe
Right.
they may be 20 years old, they still got their great grandfathers now.
And see, you ain't gonna get somebody like that to wear no dress or carry around no purse.
Right.
You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? You ain't gonna get that to happen, man. You see what I'm saying? So
Because they're gonna get a mental slap just for thinking about
right,
that
so
shit.
all of that is a part of the atmosphere where they already know that once you put these people in poverty,
They get a lot of single mother.
put them on that level of desperation, you know, lack of money, that's gonna break up couples, that's gonna break up, you know, all types of things. And the people is gonna constantly be desperate enough, right, to either constantly come back to master, you know what I'm saying, or do something stupid that allow master to put them back in slavery,
Right.
or put you in the ground. Cause either way, they get paid.
Right.
You know what I
You
mean?
doing life in jail, you dead. They
Yeah.
get the
Right.
mortician or
But
whatever.
look,
getting paid.
it's hand in hand.
Yeah.
Cause they give you life in jail because you kill somebody.
Right. So they win on both ends,
We
right?
got, we got rid of 2 of y'all,
Yeah.
and we still make money off of one.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And, you know, just in terms of what you gotta realize too is when they put people on all these other things, right, is what you call a brain drain. You see what I'm saying? So where a lot of the smartest people, a lot of the smartest brothers in our community is sitting in jail. Cause they the people that figured out, I'm not going for this bullshit, man.
Also, the militant brothers.
I'm gonna come up with my own plan to do something, but you playing into their hands.
Right.
Yes, I mean, but in reality, a lot of smart niggas is in there. But that's the brain drain. They're not out here now.
Also, to get rid of the
do
strong
nothing.
black males and shit.
And then by the time they get back to the streets, now you've been neutralized within society. You can't move like you want to move because you got these stripes on you.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
So you are at a disadvantage where you could either be broke or go back to that lifestyle, or unless you know.
And then so look, my opinion is for a lot of those people out there, like look, you know, I said you gotta build it, they'll come. Like I said, the people gotta be ready to run.
Hey.
In my opinion, a lot of them gotta hit rock bottom. See what I'm saying? Because you look at the situation, like you look right now, right? Where you like, yo, listen, we being beaten, killed, hungry, nakedness out of the door. It's not enough yet. the people haven't had enough. Huh? Yeah, just leave them. You understand what I'm saying? What was it?
So what these people need to hit the rock bottom.
Yeah, they need to
before
hit
they,
the rock bottom because it's like, yo, we just glutton for punishment right now. Like it's not enough. Like they went in that man's house, shot him down, went to the other lady's house, shot her through the window. She was just, you understand what I'm saying? Like, what I'm saying is, if it was them, they would have told you, yo, enough is enough.
The first time.
Yeah, we calling the NRA, and we gonna be ready, man.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Nothing is saying to these people that enough is enough. Like, even, listen, check that thing. People still going to jail at ages now that back in the days, man, by the time a person got in their 20s, I had enough, man. I'm gonna do something out. Now you got these 30s, 40s, and they just coming in for that time. You supposed to get in your 20s.
You got people,
So
you know,
can
they come
actually
home.
get out again.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, you start catching them big bids in your 40s.
A lot of people, they come home, you know they're gonna be home for longer than a year and they're gonna end up back in jail.
Right, but see, those used to be the young people that lack understanding. But it's just showing you that the less knowledge and wisdom that's out there, the older and older people is getting,
Right.
and still lacking understanding, because right now people is in an extended childhood.
Right, living the second childhood.
Yeah, like see, look, it don't matter what age it is. You got people right now saying, yo, 70 is the new 60. It don't matter what age it is. You got somebody saying that. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what I'm telling you. It's like an extended, like, listen, there was no adolescence in the 1940s.
You were an adult.
Yeah, you was either a man child or a woman child. You gotta remember, people, my grandmother was 14 when she had my pops. You understand what I'm saying? Like, people,
And that was probably regular.
by the
back
time
then.
people was 20, they was grown people living their life. You see what I'm saying? But now you got motherfuckers that's 30 that's still looking on how they gonna get over and shit. You see what I'm saying? And what it's done is it's caused people less responsibility when you got grown people in their 20s that's doing fucked up shit. And you say, yo, what the fuck you do? Well, I'm just a kid. No, son, you're not. You're not just a kid. You see, if you was just a kid, look, you wouldn't have known to do that shit in secret. If you was just a kid, you ain't know no better. Why, look, if I don't know stealing is wrong, why I'm not gonna just put this in my pocket in front of you?
Right. That's what a kid do.
But see, it was established because at that time, that's when the youth gangs and all this stuff, America was reaching all this new prosperity, and it was really starting to become a problem with all these youth gangs, from the mafia gangs to the, you know what I'm saying, well, whatever it was, like, it was just, the streets was full of youth that was wilding.
Right.
You understand what I mean? So in order to deal with this problem, they start coming out with all these adolescent programs. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, listen, if you look at music, there's no teeny boppers in the 40s and 50s. There's a couple, like Frankie Lyman was, I think he probably was like one of the first kid people like that, where you catering this whole thing to adolescents. You catering things to the people who have the least amount of wisdom in the society and shit. You see what I mean? And telling them that it's all about youth, that it's not about knowledge and wisdom. You see what I'm saying? And then you just keep extending that up. You see what I'm saying? To where, you know, like I said, depending on what time period you go back to, you will see that people was much more mature at the same ages. I mean, like, look at hip hop music, right? If you listen to even Chuck D, right? Chuck D was like 29 when he came out. What he was saying is more high powered than dudes that's in their 40s right now that's around.
Right.
Rakim and KRS One of them was 17, 18, 19. And what they were saying had more wisdom in it.
50 Cent
Then
or Rick
people-
Ross
right.
or
You understand what I'm
these
saying?
are like 40-year-olds.
So that adolescent thing, while it was a need to pay some extra attention to people that were still babies, right? It also was a tool that they ended up using to dumb down the society. You understand what I'm saying? And so now, somebody was saying here earlier how you're supposed to be connected to the old so that that knowledge could be transferred. But if you live in a youth culture, right, where the youth is supposed to have all the answers, right, then you're not gonna connect to that wisdom. You're gonna see that as some old head shit. The niggas just haters. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
But in reality, I mean, yeah, you're gonna have to update everything, but you're discounting all this wisdom. You see what I'm saying? And all this knowledge, which is, you know, you basically you repeating the middle passage. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what they did when they bring you to whatever plantation they bring you to, right? They've separated you from all your history. Like you said, they didn't separate you from your father and your grandfather and your great grandfather and all this shit. So back in the days, when a motherfucker, even your profession, if your father was 100, you was 100, and your son is gonna be 100, and y'all accumulated thousands of years of honey.
Right.
So y'all was experts at it. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
See? Now you got motherfuckers out of their element, right? So you got motherfuckers that look. Your great grandfather was a warrior, but you never met him. All you know right now is you in Compton, and you feel like you under attack. Guess what? That warrior's gonna come out. You understand what I'm saying?
You fighting the wrong way.
Right. It's gonna be misdirected now
You fighting
because
the
of
old
where it's at.
instead of right.
You see what I'm saying? But this is
So with the warriors, the one that could be the greatest warriors, are now directed to fight the wrong war.
You
Instead of
understand
fighting
what
a
I'm
war
saying?
that's to benefit them, they're
Yeah.
fighting a war that's to harm them.
yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Or even that, where it's like, yo, right now, everybody gotta be a boss. Everybody gotta be a jack of all trades. You gotta do everything.
Right.
You can't build no society like that. I don't want the plumber operating on my heart, man. You don't gotta be everything, man. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We supposed to work together,
Right. Which
Right,
is going
to
all
be-
worlds.
a group
Yeah.
of men for one common cause. We ain't supposed to be, you understand what I'm saying? But this is the way how they teaching us. Because they separate us from the knowledge. That's why we keep everything on cap. Because they didn't separate us again. You know what I'm saying? The brother came and told us what happened. He said they was in the house and they were studying their degrees. The police raided the house. When the police raided the house, took everybody in, took the lessons. Right? He said they kept them in their bullpens for a period of time, then they let them go. They let them go, they come back over here, they say, yo, Lord, man, what just happened, man, when folks took the lessons. So they took the lesson, said, Lord goes over there, gets into it with the dude. You know what I'm saying? They, you know, him and the police, they going back, we say, yo, you need to sit like hours or something, they going back and forth. So he said, yo, they went somewhere, and then they came back in a while, and they gave them back the lessons. So the brother said they realized that, yo, they had already took the shits and copied them. So they had them, you know what I mean?
Right.
So they get back around Westland, and the guy gives back the lesson, he said, yo, keep these on cap, man.
Because next time we can't get them.
Now even that, but just you can't be separated from this.
Right.
You understand what I mean? This is the whole thing of the whole thing
I
right
want
here.
to
This
be a
is,
part of you
yeah.
right there.
So you gotta keep this on cap. You see what I'm saying? And be able to teach it word of mouth. You understand what I mean? Because you might be in a situation where you can't write it down because, you see what I'm saying?
So whatever.
Whatever it might be. So that's why we keep our knowledge on cap. Because anytime you get separated from that, you know, and that goes for mentally or physically. You understand what I mean? When you separate from your foundation,
Your life is
you
scattered,
just floating. You just a particle out there.
Right, now you
Yeah.
you have no orbit.
Well, yeah.
You like
no direction or
Like
nothing.
the sun stands still, you stuck in the rotation of
You
whatever.
don't know
the
what's
fuck's
up.
there.
You don't know what's down. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the situation we are right now as a society. That's what's going on with us. Is that we don't really,
Whatever way the wind blows.
yeah, we don't really know which way, and we freestyling. That's what I'm saying. Is that, you know what I'm saying? We gotta actually be able to sit down, right, and say what it is, how it is we want it to be. You understand me?
Right.
Meaning like, look, in the United States, right, they got the Constitution. They sat down and said, yo, look, this is how we want it to be. Now, look, they had to make some adjustments over time, some amendments. But they had a basic idea of how they want things to be and how they want things to run. You see what I'm saying? And they already had the experience of, you know, dealing with what they felt like was oppression from the King of England. So, because of what he was doing wrong, that already gave them an idea of how they wanted to do what they was doing. But you gotta actually know, like, look, even if you send kids to school, right? You gotta know what you send them in there for. Like, see, when I was going to school, right, you had to take shop because they was training people to work in factories. You see what I'm saying? By the time some of y'all younger, when y'all got to school, y'all had to take computers. Because they was training people to work in computers.
Right.
You see what I mean? That's how the white man do. Like, see, when America was just an agrarian society, you didn't have to go to school.
Right, you had to learn how to harvest.
One of the reasons they made school was because of the Industrial Revolution.
Mm-hmm.
And now you need people to go and work in these factories and be able to communicate
Operate
numbers and all these
machinery and shit
different
like
things to
that,
each
right.
other. So now they need this basic education.
Right,
You understand what I'm saying? We've got to actually sit down and think, okay, look, what are the things that we need? All right, who's the people that's doing this? You know what I'm saying? So then we got to say, okay, we're gonna train architects, we're gonna train doctors, we're gonna train engineers. You understand what I mean? Okay, now this is the type of syllabus, you know what I mean, the type of books and information that we need to introduce them to. You understand what I'm saying? Without really having that, you don't have the determined idea. See what I'm saying? When Yakub seen the 2 pieces of steel, he knew what he was looking for. So now that we here right now, man, we see, you know what I'm saying? Look, this is it right here. All right, now we know what we need to do. Trust me, it's been worse than that. Brother said when Allah returned, like 6 brothers showed up to the rally.
wow.
Yeah, something like that.
No, I heard the first year, like, like.
It's
they-
like
they
6
thought
brothers
they
turned up
was
to
right.
that June rally.
The brother was devastated,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
nah, people thought it was over.
Huh.
Now people ain't know what to do.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying?
People was hurting too, yeah.
That too, but listen. Allah already told them, man, ain't no one monkey stop no show.
So the next year, the guys got together.
They were supposed to listen. Allah was putting that in preparation already, man.
Right.
Allah was already telling people, look, after this year, it's gonna have to be like this.
You have to hold your own way.
When I ain't here no more, you have to do this. You see what I'm saying? So he actually, you know, listen, all of them knew what time it was. Like Malcolm X, when you look at all the weird shit that he did that he don't, like said, you knew they was coming for you. You might not have known specifically
That day.
all the details,
Yeah.
but look,
But he knew it. He
when the
knew it.
niggas rolled up, son, he had the shotty right here. And all he told them was, cool it, brothers. You already know what time it was, but you, to me, would have seemed like is he just was like,
It's my time.
not just that, but I'm gonna kill these 2 brothers and this. You know what I
And
mean?
his
Like, you know
family was in the
what?
audience too, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We ain't
family
gonna
was in
take
the
it.
audience too, right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so
Look, Martin Luther King. We gonna make it to the mountaintop.
I might not.
I'm
be
probably gonna make it with you.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? These people knew, son. People was getting it in the 60s.
Yeah.
Everybody knew. Like, son, if you keep talking this shit, you gonna get it. Kennedy got it.
Right.
You keep talking, we're gonna let you have it, sir.
60s was the time that they called
Yeah, so
themselves.
everybody knew what was coming. Everybody knew what was coming. And whoever you seen become politicians in the 70s, those are the people that said, all right, y'all got it.
Right. We don't want to be. We don't want to.
Yeah. We don't want to smoke.
Like Jesse Jackson and shit like that. He put it aside like,
He
yo.
lying, Martin, man. Jesse.
You think?
I mean, it looks bad.
It looks bad. Yeah,
Look,
yeah.
I seen the
Well,
documentary.
always the Judas, like we was talking about earlier.
I
Always the
seen the
Judas.
documentary where it looks bad. I seen a documentary where Martin Luther King straight turned his back on him.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw some of that too.
You saw it, right? But look, they were sitting right next to each other like this. They called Martin Luther King. It's the same speech where he said, "Yo, y'all might make some mind time without me, right?" And then when he comes back to sit down, it's like this. Say if he's Jesse Jackson, right? The nigga came like this. And Jesse is over there like, yeah. And his mom's like, yeah. Now I ain't fucking with him like that. So look, when I saw it, I was like,
Like, I see you, Judas.
and look, I'm gonna tell you something. When in 1984, when Jesse Jackson ran for president, right? I'm dead ass. Listen, I'm riding in the car with my mom, right? Coretta Scott King comes on the radio and endorses Walter Mondale.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And at the time, like I said, I always
Yeah, it's crazy.
I always was black. So you know me? So I felt some kind of way, like, fuck you, motherfucker, you gonna endorse the white man over Jesse Jackson? That used to roll with your husband, man? You really like, sir, I didn't like Coretta Scott King for about 20 years.
Behind
I'm
that.
dead ass, like, yo, that's some real snake shit. Until I find out, oh, y'all want me fucking with me. I want
Who was the there was the Black Panther who had beef with Huey P. Newton. He was one of the head ones, and he ended up becoming like the head associate in the
That's
Reagan
another thing, man.
administration.
Bobby Seale.
Oh, yeah. He ended up becoming like one of the head dudes in the Reagan
Sam,
administration.
you ever heard this through the whole story? To me, I think this nigga was a plant.
I think so too. Yeah.
Aldrich Cleveland.
Cause he went to Vietnam and was beefing with the Black Panthers. Like, yeah.
Kind of could
Not
have
just that, but listen, you not really like these niggas. Like everybody else is in college. They early 20s. This nigga comes out of jail in his 30s for a rape.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how I thought. Yeah.
Wow, I did not know that.
He
part.
said,
I did not know
I'm
that
actually
part.
reading his book right now.
Did you get to the part where
Yeah,
he said
he was
he practiced
rape on
raping
black
black
women,
women
yeah.
until he got to his real prize, which
It's
was
raping
white women.
Yeah.
Wow. So that shows you his mindset right
And
there.
then you know,
Yeah. Wow.
he's
So he's
responsible.
probably-
I think he's responsible for them starting to get killed.
Right, he was the one that said, "Oh,
Something-
we gotta go to
That's
war
what
with the
Paul
police."
said. That's what Paul
He
said.
wanted him to go to war with the
Right,
police,
yeah,
and then he went
something
to
happened.
Vietnam or whatever.
But before that, something happened, right? And
Bobby
he took
Seale,
a
he got
young
little
kid
Bobby-
with him.
Bobby Seale. I
Right,
think
the little
his name
kid
is.
got
was
killed.
only 16 or 17.
Right, he's like, "We
And
gonna
they
go with the
supposed to go do
police.
some shit.
We gotta go to war with the police." or
Yeah,
something
and
like
they
that.
got killed, and then like he said, now this nigga's on the run over there. Then Huey get locked up.
He
on
then he moved
get-
to
Yeah.
Vietnam or wherever the fuck.
And then now listen, he's out of the country, right? Cause you
beefing
running.
with the Black
No, hold up,
Panthers.
cause you running. But then you talking about, yeah, I don't like the way the movement is going right now. They not being militant.
Militant.
Nigga, if you want to be militant,
Why the
Why
fuck
you
you
ain't
in
here?
China or whatever the fuck? Yeah, he talking all that. That's what he would be doing. Him got in the argument over
so
the.
personally,
yeah.
I think
He was a
I
confident
think
on
it was a good idea because if you watch the movie, right, Mario Van Peebles, his version of it anyway, when the police come to the spot and Bobby Hutton is in there, he said, "Listen, they coming to kill us, so take all your clothes off, come out butt ass naked, so they can't say you got a gun." I was like, but I think Bobby Hutton was like, "Nah, I ain't doing it." He stripped all his shit off, butt ass, and came out, but they shot Bobby. You know what I'm saying? But he was like, he didn't want to take his clothes off.
Yeah, but it was one of the things where you done, just like we were saying earlier, would you taking this little kid with you for, you understand
to
what
go
I'm
to
saying?
war with the police.
Yeah, and you a jail nigga, you
Right. So you be taking the most
Yeah.
militant,
I don't,
qualified.
to me, he
gangster
don't
dude.
fit with the rest of this picture.
And you.
I wouldn't surprise. Wouldn't
In
surprise
Huey's
me at all.
book, he said, he talked about it a little bit, and he said that from the jump, he seen that, Eldridge was an opportunist. He was out for self. And whatever situation he could get himself hired, that's what the first thing he was gonna do.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you another thing too, that's related to. A lot of, I guess you could say, black feminism and black feminist thought and a lot of that stuff, it comes from those Black Panther women.
Right, because they want the men to sit down and they
His
carry
wife.
the guns.
His wife,
Kathleen.
Kathleen Cleaver, is one of the main people that puts this thought out there. And my thing is, you basing this on a nigga who's a rapist.
Wow.
And like you said, an opportunist, all of a sudden, like,
That's when the woman wanted to carry the guns and the men served the food and shit like that.
whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? Her shit is a lot of things dealing with her relationship with this nigga. Mind you, when I read their story,
Is she the one that looks like almost white?
Yes.
Yeah. I can't stand her. I don't
let
know.
me tell you
Something
something,
about her. I
let
don't
me
like
tell you
her.
something. When I first saw her, I was like, oh shit, a white black.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought she was white.
I'm dead ass.
And now she talked like she was the head person in the movement when you see her now.
They all talk like that.
Yeah.
But you know, the devil played a part in all of that, because even when it come down to Malcolm and Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, it's a book coming out now, the FBI wiretaps. And I flipped through it, and they talking about how they went so far as to tamper with the mail. So when Malcolm was trying to write back to the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and try to squash everything, whatever, they intercepted all of that. You know what I'm saying?
I think she was white.
So this is the
I
Telegram?
think she was white.
This is what you
You
gotta do,
saw the
man.
telegram between Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. You saw that?
The joint was like, nah, the joint I seen was like this thick. So I'm seeing I was like, yo, I was like, yo, this is crazy. This is crazy that, you know what I'm saying? They remade history.
One thing with them things that, while we all, you know, we speak on it, whatever, you know, we come to certain conclusions. But see, that was the tactic, to put so many layers of bullshit that we can't figure out what's the real answer, because there's so many layers of bullshit. You understand what I mean? So right now, even look in the news, right? Just in general, they don't necessarily misinform you, right? Or uninform you. They give you so much information, contradictory, coinciding,
You don't know what's true.
that it's so hard for you to detect, because it could have been this, or it could have been the mafia, or it could have been the CIA, or it could have been the FBI.
Right.
Yeah, you know, it could have been
That's all I thought about.
So,
I'm like,
so by the time you go through all of this, you know, listen,
You
at the
exhausted.
very least, whoever did it is dead body.
I don't think so. They
Yeah,
were with it, but they didn't do it.
yeah, but the mafia don't even like killing cops because it's bad for business. So when they say the mafia killed Kennedy, that shit is like, I don't think they have that
Like I
power
said,
right there. They don't like killing cops.
Bankers got that.
We'll never know those things. So you can figure out, like, look, see, Dynamite Bob, them type of people like that, you can catch them. Cause you got a handful of crackers playing around. But when you talking about them high levels of things, you gotta remember that, look, they've been dealing with this espionage. The first assassination I can recall was Julius Caesar. So they've been dealing with this shit for thousands of years.
Right.
The same way when we talk about civil rights, right? You got people who's going out there, they protesting, right? But they never even voted before. They don't really know nothing about politics like that. You understand what I mean? And you compare them to these people that, look, they done dealt with Caesar, Constantine, Machiavelli, you know, Charlemagne, all, you know, all these different government forms of government and government espionage and assassination, and you understand what I mean? The cat is an old cat and the mouse is a baby mouse. You understand what I'm saying? The mouse is gonna get caught every time because you just don't have the experience to be fucking with this.
See, that's why you cut out a lot of confusion when you speak the truth and shame the devil instead of getting caught up in that Machiavellian bullshit. You know what I mean? Because then you go into all different types of layers. Like I never understood that to keep your friends close and your enemies closer. That's retarded. I don't want my enemy nowhere near me. You know what I'm saying? But you know that's like one of the cliche things people say. Keep your friends close.
No, but I think the concept is just like knowing what your enemy is up to at all times.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what, not to take that on face value at all. It's just like, you know what I mean? It's just basically seeing, having an understanding that, you know what I'm saying, you see what things, you know, really are other than what they appear to be. You know what I mean? Yeah, somebody was
That's what
she was playing all the time.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a speaker in here playing music, like something like that.
It was playing Ghostface.
What?
It's been playing Ghostface, it was playing some rock and roll, it's like all types of shit.
My shit is I don't even got ghosts. See, came in here talking all this shit, man. Illuminati done got me something.
Nah, 'cause it was just playing some rock and roll too. I was like, oh, it's good, I like it.
You about to wrap it up? Well, yeah, I was about to wrap it.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, we been here a nice minute.
Yeah. Yo, I was on here a lot.
Y'all don't forget, look out John Bunch.
John Bunch?
John Bunch. Yeah. He was the first all the way slave. See, even them people that came in Virginia, they was indentured servants.
People don't talk about it.
They eventually got free.
You said what was it?
Telegram.
Yeah, we was on live this time, shit, though, man.
Live.
Yeah, live.
See, there you go.
Say peace.
Illuminati, man.
There's an actual telegram that's showing the conversation between Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. And it was having like a real, like Malcolm X was reaching out to Martin Luther King, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything that we're doing is being publicized.
Peace.
And shit like that, you know what I mean? And basically, like, watch out. You know what I mean? Like,
You know, they was doing the same with the Black Panthers though.
Let me
too,
see the
when
jump
Eldridge
off.
and, Huey was
Oh,
leaving,
yeah, hold on,
they
what
was
is
like
that? This
taking
show?
away